everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today my 3D printing odyssey continues. My 3D printer had been down, needed some repairs, and with Black Friday coming around here in the States, I thought about repairing it or just getting a new one, so I thought I would upgrade my 3D game and order a Elegoo Saturn 8K printer. So this is a bigger printer than my previous one. I had the Mars before, and I did a review and some videos about 3D printing way back in the day. And so this is a much bigger. We're upgrading the size, and we're upgrading the quality of the prints in theory. Now the Elegoo Saturn 8K, the 8K is talking about resolution, and it's it's not as simple as like a photograph resolution or anything like that, and it's actually a fairly complex topic that's even beyond me, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but just know in theory an 8K printer will print, has the possibility of printing at a better resolution than a printer that's not 8K, something that's lower. So hopefully we'll see better prints and prints that don't have as much kind of cake tearing effect, the stepping things, and we'll be looking for that as we look at the test pieces. So I thought I would show it off. We'll take the lid off here. I don't know if you can see with my hand there that, and a Flames of War tank, that this is significantly larger than the previous one. And I like it so far. Now I did buy, I'm not going to review or anything, I did buy a vat heating device that's going to, what it does is basically it's a heating strip that's attached to the outside of the metal vat, and it gets warm, so it warms up the resin inside and warms up the build plate so that the resin isn't cold while it's 3D printing. From what I've learned, cold resin is one contributing factor to having your prints fail. So I wanted to eliminate that as a potential problem. And so far with the test prints that I've done using that heating element, it has been working a charm. Now, I live in Arizona. The winters aren't that brutal, but it can still get kind of cold, particularly when I have to close this room and open the window to get the fumes out so that it doesn't stink here or smell up the rest of the house. Since you are using more resin in that vat, I have noticed the smell is stronger, and when working with this you probably do want to have a face mask. It does have, and I don't know if you can see it over there on the left, a kind of an air purifier that is built in. It just sticks into a USB port, and that is supposed to help with the smell. So there you go, but one of the best ways to help with the smell is to keep a lid on it. There you go. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at a few of the test prints I've already done and kind of show you what the experience is that I've had so far. Here are some 3D prints that I've done. I will be having separate videos on some of these subjects, so I'm not going to go into much detail here except to talk about the experience or the quality. I had to do a refresher on supporting miniatures. Not all of these miniatures came pre-supported. I think actually of all the ones you're seeing here, none of them came pre-supported. This is a Jaeger from the Pacific Rim game. I'll talk about that saga in another video, but I just wanted to show off the quality here. Which is really nice. This is the Elegoo Rook. Anyone who has an Elegoo printer, this is probably the first thing you ever printed. It's their test piece to make sure your printer works well. And yeah, it came out just fine. And then, I give it to the kids to play with. This is a very low res truck model that I'm using as a I'm going to be using it for Team Yankee, just something I found on Thingiverse to make the partisan forces for, what is that? the Red Dawn book. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Red Dawn. From 3D Breed, I painted up some Panzer IIs. And again, I'll go into more about that later. And then this is a American Civil War ironclad I 3D printed. And again, I'm going to have a separate video talking about 3D printing ironclads. But you can see, look at those little details on the deck, the little posts. Any mistakes here or things that haven't been removed is my fault, not the printer's. I really haven't had any problem with the printer yet. But there you go. That's kind of a look at the print so far. All right, last thing to show off is as part of the deal, I got a wash station and a curing station. So the wash station is used to remove like uncured resin from your models after you take them off the build plate. You put them in there. There's a timer. You can run it for however long you want. Since I've been using Elegoo's water soluble or water washable resin, I have Simply Green in there, which has been working great for me. I haven't had any problems. If I were to use something other than water washable resin, I would put alcohol in there, rubbing alcohol, 95 proof or better. And then it's got a curing station. I live in Arizona, so a lot of my curing with my first 3D printer, I just put it outside on a little turntable. But there's always the risk, of dropping it in the grass or in the rocks, and just making sure everything's covered. So here you just pop it on the turntable, you turn it on for 5 minutes, and it cures, and it's great. It's super fast, and both of these were part of the bundle that I picked up with the new Saturn. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give us a like and subscribe. If you want more 3D printing content in more detail on the process, let me know in the comments below. Also, give a like, because that lets the algorithm know for YouTube that that's more content you guys want. And I'd love to do it, because I really enjoy 3D printing. I think it's a really cool futuristic technology that's finally accessible to the layperson like me and those folks that are watching that are kind of in a similar situation. So yeah, again, please do consider like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about 3D printing. And also, if you like what we're doing, please do consider supporting our YouTube membership. Click that join button down below to see what perks you get as membership. Supporting the channel lets us continue doing what we're doing here. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.